What is up, seventh grade pre-AP? It's been a hot minute. Haven't seen a lot of you guys. I know I've kept in touch with my kids pretty well, but Steve's class, Carter's class, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying a little more family time in this unprecedented state that we are in. Just know that we are thinking about you immensely. We miss you guys. We wish that we could be back in school with you, but here we are. So we're just gonna make the best of it. Remember that this is the week where you're only gonna have two assignments. So you got this video with some questions in that puzzle, and you have another assignment that Coach Carter threw together for you. So two assignments this week. That's it, just two. So please knock those out. Make sure you get them done so that we can just put your grades in and go from there. I do just want to speak to Carter and Steve's class real quick, y'all. You guys are more important than this assignment. I'm not advocating that you don't watch it. I'm not giving you an out. I'm just saying if things are going on, you got to let us know. We're not going to get on to you for stuff out of your control. So work with us. Let us know what we can do to help you. If it's me, if you don't feel like you can get a hold of Carter or Steve, reach out to me. My email is super easy. It's ryan.paber@birdvillesschools.net. Have one of your friends reach out to me. Let me know. Whatever I can do to help, I'm here for you, okay? All right, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this video over, and we're going to get started. All right, so here we go with this next part. So this is going to be TEKS 811A. So this is an 8th grade standard. So if we were in my class, we'd be using a calculator. But since we are not, you won't really need it on this one, but it's just kind of filling in my kids. And the TEK is construct a scatter plot and describe the observed data to address questions of association such as linear, nonlinear, and no association between bivariate data. All right, and so I'm going to just kind of let that sit for a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break down the TEK. We're going to break down the vocabulary. Excuse me. I know somebody said bless you, so thank you for that. And then I'm going to break down the 5 vocabulary words from this TEK that I think are the most important. Then we're going to kind of break it down. I got 2 more whiteboards for you, and this video should be pretty straightforward and pretty simple, so we'll go from there. Okay, so first of all, construct is the first word of this, and construct means to create. So we're going to create a scatter plot. Now, first of all, we need to figure out what a scatter plot is. Now, a scatter plot is basically going to be a graph with a bunch of little dots that help us determine if there's any patterns to it. So a graph with a bunch of dots. Yes, that's what we're calling it. A graph with a bunch of dots. Now, let's take a second. Now, I know it's a silly definition, but the dots are going to represent actual key points, and I'll get you a little more detail as we get going with that, but just understand that a scatter plot is going to be dots that are scattered around the graph. So that's why there's a lot of them. Okay? And describe the observed data. Describe means to tell me what do you see. So you're going to explain it to me. The observed data, that's what do we see. Data is the actual numbers. To address questions, okay, so to answer questions of association. So association, it's a super simple word. All association means is what is the pattern? What is the connection? How are they related? So pattern, connection, relationship. Okay? And so here's an example of that. Association, the National Basketball Association is just talking about that it's all associated based around basketball. So the descriptor is that they're all basketball teams. Okay? Address questions of association such as linear. Linear is just going to mean straight line. Linear means straight line. Well, if linear means straight line, then I'm sure you can make the assumption that nonlinear means non or not straight line. Non-straight line. Okay? Now, the difference between nonlinear and linear is actually pretty big. Linear means it's a straight line, so we know there's a pattern of association to it, and we'll get into that a little more detailed. Where a nonlinear means that it's not necessarily a straight line, but there's still a pattern associated with it. So maybe it's like back and forth, up and down, those types of deals, so we'll kind of cover that. And then it says, and no association. Well, I don't feel like I need to explain that to you. No association means that there's no relationship there between bivariate data. Bivariate, well, variate is similar to the word variable. Bi means 2. Okay, so like bicycle is 2 wheels. Bicentennial is 50 years because it's divided by 2. Maybe it's 200. I don't really know. I don't know bicentennial. Let's skip that one. But bi means 2. Okay, and then bilingual is 2 languages. And variate is very similar to the word variable. So it's bivariable. So 2 variables. 2 variables. Okay, so I'm going to break this TEK down one more time with our new words. So here's what it says. Construct a scatter plot, bunch of dots on a graph, and describe the observed data to address questions of relationships between straight lines with patterns, non-straight lines with patterns, no association between two variable data. Super simple. That's all we're doing today. Super duper easy. All right, cool. Moving on to the next one here. All right, so on this next one, I've got the ice cream sales versus temperature, okay? So what I've got here is I've got a list of the temperatures. I'm going to turn this light off. It's just kind of giving a glare on the whiteboard. So give me just a second to get that fixed. I'm going to turn this one off as well. Okay, so here we've got the temperatures on the left side and the sale prices on the right side. Now, before you think, wow, that's really cold temperature, why in the world would we be eating ice cream at that level? It's actually going to be in Celsius degrees, which is going to be much different than in Fahrenheit, which is what we use here in America. Okay, so this is just a table over here. It's not important that you can't see all of it right now. And then over on the right side, I've got a graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create or construct a scatter plot from the table. So I'm going to show you how we make it. And then based off of that, we're going to talk about what it looks like, kind of the examples, and then I'll talk about the linear and nonlinear, things like that. And then you guys will be done for the day, okay? So first things first, we're going to graph this real quick. So I'm just going to do this. I know that this is probably pretty redundant for you, but I feel like in the past when I've taught this, it's helped students to see how I'm creating it. And so that's where I'm basing it off. So I'm going to find 14.2, which is going to be somewhere around here, and that's at 215. So 14.2, and we're going to go 215, 16.4, 325. And again, these probably aren't perfect, y'all. I'm just kind of winging it, trying to make it go by a little bit faster for you. 15.2 and 332. 18.5, 406. 22.1, oops, gotta go a little further. 22.1 is gonna go to 522. Then we're gonna have 19.4, 412, 25. Man, I'm struggling over here. Did not complete this. 25.1 goes to 614. 23.4 goes with 421. 18.1, 421. 22.6, gonna go with 445. And finally, 17.2 is gonna go with 408. Okay, so I've taken my table and I've created a graph. Okay, now if I miss any numbers, I apologize. I know someone is there double checking me. Just bear with me, it is okay. And notice that I put a bunch of random dots. I scattered these plots all the way around this graph, and so they're just kind of all over the place. That is what a scatter plot is. We have constructed the scatter plot. Okay, that's all we've done. We've taken random data, we've put it on a graph, and this is what it looks like. Now, the next part is to describe the relationships to me. What are you actually seeing? What are you actually looking for? Now, this is not a perfect line, okay? There's definitely a couple outliers over here, but if I were just to draw a random just right down the middle, you can see that this trajectory pretty much follows my straight line, which means that we know it's now going to be linear because it is forming a line. It's not a perfect line, but as I draw this random straight line through the data that I have, that's what we call a trend line. And that trend line kind of predicts where everything would be, what the average would be, what the slope would be, those types of deals. And so this is going to be a positive linear because it's going up and it is a straight line. So a positive linear would be how you would describe the relationship to me. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into the next part where I show you a couple examples of the nonlinear, linear, and no association, okay? Now, it's kind of a lot going on, so just bear with me for a second, and I'll go through them all. So in this first category, I've got linear, okay? So linear means that they're going to form straight lines. Now, I know this isn't a straight line, but again, if I do my trend line, I can see that those dots are following the pattern of a straight line. So again, we have a positive linear there. Right here, same thing. If I go down, I've still got linear, but we're going to call it one a negative because it's going down. Now, an example of a negative linear would be less people that come into a store, the more people that come into a store, the little less money we make. Okay, so it doesn't really make sense from a practical standpoint. I'm just trying to kind of give you a roundabout way. Over here, we got a ton of dots, but again, if I split it up the middle, we can see that all those dots, as we move to the right side of the graph, I'm also going up. Nonlinear. Okay, we can see that there's a pattern here. Okay, now the pattern, however, is not going to be a straight line. So right here, it's down, and then it goes right back up. So we've kind of got a parabola, which is what we talk about in algebra, but we're not there yet. So there's still a pattern, it's just not a straight line. Over here, kind of the same thing. You know, if I draw my linear line, it doesn't follow that pattern. There is a pattern. Something is causing it to go up, something's causing it to come down, up again, down again, but it's not forming a straight line. And then over here, kind of the same thing. We're going to go raise, and then go back, up, up. So still a pattern, but not that linear straight line. So these ones are all called non-linear. And then finally, the last one. This is no association. It looks like a Dalmatian. You just got dots everywhere. Nothing is in order there. Everything is basically just all over the place and kind of out of control. So let's just recap kind of what we did. We talked about forming a scatter plot, which is just used to mark data. Okay, you can do it over tons of different things. I'm trying to think of some other examples. You could do students' birthdays. You could do students' height versus their weight. You could do it with students' grades based off how much time that they studied. You could do it based off of people's Call of Duty skills, based off how much time they play. I mean, it's on and on and on. It's just basically tracking the data that you have for something. Then we talked about how to compare relationships, and we talked about the functions that make them. So we have linear, which forms a straight line, nonlinear, which is a pattern but does not form a straight line, and then finally, no association, which means that there's just nothing going on there. We talked about if it's going up, it's positive. If it's going down, it's negative. Y'all, that is all I've got for you. It's a pretty simple teak. I'm going to plug the questions into Edpuzzle while you're watching this, so I hope you guys do well on them. Have a wonderful week. Remember, 2 assignments, and we will talk to you guys soon. Peace.